Greetings, friends. Sleepy here, and welcome to another episode of the weekly playlist. I got some great games that I've been playing this week that I want to share with you guys, let you guys know my thoughts and opinions on them. Of course, I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions on these games. Please leave a comment. I like interacting with you guys. And of course, if you have any suggestions on games you think I should check out, let me know because you guys have suggested some great games that I'm definitely going to check out this year. So definitely like hearing those. On currently on vacation this week, which is awesome. I'm able to get away from my job because my job is stressful at times, and I definitely uh, was well overdue for a vacation. It's been like 8 months since my last one, so having a blast being away from work. Been able to spend a lot of time with my wife, with my son, and I've been able to play quite a few games already. So that's been awesome. My buddy Marcus came over on Tuesday and he bought himself a Nintendo Wii at the game store here by my house. And I modded it for him so he could play Nintendo. He's got Super Nintendo, some Nintendo 64 games, GameCube titles. I own the Mario Kart Arcade GP1, 2, F-Zero AX, those were exclusive racing games in the arcade. But since they were basically built on GameCube architecture, it works on a modded Wii. Also got him Sega Genesis, Sega Master System, Game Gear, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance titles. Since my buddy, he really can't afford to collect games and stuff so expensive now, he was able to get the Wii. It was still he had to spend like $100, and that was with giving me a few dollars for taking the time to mod it for him. But he's got a lot of great games to play now. He's got just thousands that'll keep him busy for quite a while. And we were testing out stuff, making sure everything was working right, that nothing was screwed up on it. And so we did play some random Nintendo, Super Nintendo tests out, but then we were playing some of the GameCube games together. And the first one that we had played is Mario Golf Toadstool Tour, which this is a really fun game. I would highly recommend playing this one. This is a sequel to the Mario Golf game that was released on Nintendo 64, which I was a huge fan of the Mario Golf on the Nintendo 64. Unlocked all the characters in that game, unlocked the 2 bonus courses, had an absolute blast with it. This was a great follow-up to that game. When I heard about this being released on the GameCube back when it first came out, I had to go out and get a copy of it, and I absolutely loved it. Now, I haven't played it in several years, but it's popped it in, and it just playing it, I just got right back into it. Absolutely loved it. Has a nice character roster. I think there's like 16 total characters in the game. You have to unlock some of them, but you get quite a few right at the start. Some of the characters in the game were Waluigi, Princess Peach, Princess Daisy, Yoshi, Luigi, Birdo, Koopa Troopa, Diddy Kong, Wario, Donkey Kong, Bowser, and more. So you get quite a few characters. They all have their own personality. They all control a little bit differently. They hit the ball differently. Some are stronger than others. Example, like Donkey Kong picks up the club and swings it with only one hand, where everyone else uses two, since he's strong enough, which is really cool. Some can hit the ball further than others. Some are better at putting. Some are better at chipping, that kind of thing. And then you have special shots and stuff. So, it's really cool. They bring their own personality and charm to the game, which is great. There's several different game modes and stuff, which, I'm trying to remember it all. So, just, go over the ones that are here in the manual so you guys know some of the different ones there were. But you had the tournament mode, so you can have tournaments against the computer. Get the best score. That's how you also unlock new courses, by getting the badges. Doubles, that's where 2 players, you form a team, hitting the same ball, stroke play and stuff, and whoever can get in the hole with the least amount of strokes in it, you win that. They also had character match, a one-on-one against the computer, and whoever could get the lowest score in each hole, would win. Those are fun. There's also the ring shot, so that's where you gotta hit your shots through wings and stuff. to earn uh, the better score and stuff. Club shots, it says, they use this points tournament scoring. Your clubs are selected at the beginning of each hole by a slot machine, so that's the only club you get to use, so that's definitely sounds like pretty interesting. Coin shot, that's where you want to get the, shooting, trying to get the most coins. Speed golf is how fast you can complete a round of golf. Stroke play, that's just your classic golf, who can complete 18 holes with the least amount of strokes. There's some side games and stuff, like getting birdies and practicing. Training mode. Match play, that's one-on-one. You have your skin match. And there's also the near pin, so you get, whoever can get closest to the pin is the winner. So, it's really cool. So many different little game mechanics and stuff that in the game. Like, you control the ball. Similar, like in Tiger Woods games, you hit the ball with the power, and then you have to, get it close, left or right, depending on if how far right you hit. You might, bank it to the right, you might bank it to the left, you want to get towards the center. And then, you could add spin to the ball. What else was in? I'm trying to remember the controls here now. Or you could just add, with the manual swing, top spin, back spin, that kind of thing. Hit the ball and it'll roll back, that kind of stuff. So, it's nice, for a simple golf game, though, that there were all those extra mechanics in the game. But we had an absolute fun. The two of us played a few holes in this, and it was a blast. Definitely want to get back into playing this more and unlock all the stuff like I did in the 64 version. I haven't played in a long time, so it was great to play this. But if you're a fan of the Mario Golf series at all and you've not played the GameCube one, I definitely suggest get this one because it was really, really fun. Next up, title we play, and haven't played this one here, and it's been about a year or so, and that was Luigi's Mansion, which I absolutely love. Luigi's Mansion was actually the first GameCube game I ever played. I remember playing this demo at Walmart when I used to work there, back when this game first came out. Such a fantastic game. Highly, highly recommend Luigi's Mansion. Great game. I really liked it. It was basically like a Ghostbusters game, but with Luigi, because, Luigi wins a mansion, and he goes there and finds out that he's got to get Mario, who's been trapped by the ghosts, and you actually get help by this Professor Egan, who makes the Poltergust 3000, which is a vacuum weapon that allows you to capture ghosts. You have to shine a flashlight to scare them, and it'll show their little heart, and then you have to suck them up, and it'll have a number on it, and the whole thing is depleted. And once their thing gets to zero, you suck them in. So there's different ghosts that are stronger than others, and there's some that have different elements. You have fire, you have water, ice, and stuff. So some of them, you have to do different things in order to capture the ghosts. It's a really fun game, and I just played through the first little part of the game, captured different ghosts, because there's your regular little random ghosts that are around, and then you have these ghosts that have to be put back into paintings, which are your main ghosts that you're trying to capture. And then after that, there's a boss battle at the end of each section. But it's a very good game. It still holds up really well today. The graphics are awesome. They did re-release this on the Nintendo 3DS recently. I have not played that version. I definitely would like to get it and see, the different changes. Because usually when they port games over like that, they add stuff to it, add 3D. And I'm sure the graphics have been improved a little bit. But overall, Luigi's Mansion was a really fun game. It was a great launch title for the GameCube. And I highly, highly recommend you guys get a copy of Luigi's Mansion for the GameCube. It's really fun, especially if you're a fan, of Ghostbusters and stuff, because it's basically like Luigi is a Ghostbuster. It was a good game. Definitely recommend. Luigi's Mansion has a great story. It's an amazing game. Definitely pick it up. The one we played was Mario Kart Double Dash, which I've loved Mario Kart games ever since the Super Nintendo one. I liked it on Nintendo 64. And when it came to GameCube, they changed it up because you actually get two characters on one car. So that was definitely different at the time. So like when you collect powers up, you get each can get a weapon. So you actually have you could have two items to use. Like you could get two green shells, and you can swap drivers and stuff, which was great. I liked that you could pick any match characters you want. Of course, there's certain teams like Mario and Luigi and stuff, Bowser and the Bowser Jr. together, Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong kind of thing. But you could mix and match any way you wanted to. I also like the fact that you could uh, change different vehicles, which had different stats and stuff. Some have a better top speed, some better accelerate, some are heavier vehicles and stuff. And it changed depending on if you had bigger characters or smaller characters. You had vehicles to unlock, and had a nice, decent roster. And I really liked the game. We played through a couple races of this in the different cups. A really fun game, though. Definitely recommend Mario Kart Double Dash. It's really good. Classic Mario Kart game. I mean, you can't go wrong racing the Mario Karts. Have the different, your red shells, your green shells, banana peels, mushrooms, gold mushrooms, etc. All the great stuff to make the Mario Kart series great. Plus, you get to have two characters, which is a first for the series, and then they never did that again. After Double Dash, they went back to just single racers. We had a lot of fun with it. Definitely have to recommend Mario Kart Double Dash. It is such a fantastic game in the Mario Kart series. Really fun. You have a lot of characters. Like I said, I like all the different vehicles and stuff in the game, and I like having that big selection of characters. Definitely a Mario Kart game done really, really well. Highly recommend Mario Kart Double Dash. That was fun. So, we played some other random games. Well, those are the three that we, spent the most time on playing, and those were really fun. I also played this game on my own. It's for the PlayStation 2, and that was Ghostbusters, the video game, which I absolutely loved the Ghostbusters movies. Their first, 1 and 2 is great. The Ghostbusters cartoon was awesome. Absolutely loved those. And I was so excited in 2009 when the Ghostbusters video game came out. Now, I got it for the Xbox 360, but they had it on the PS3, the computer. They had it on the PSP, the Nintendo DS. They had it on the PlayStation 2. And the PlayStation 2 one, the Wii one, are different than the PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, and PC one, which is the one that I played through and I beat quite a few times. I actually never did go and play the PS2 or Wii version, which I do own them. And so I wanted to finally play them. Now, I had started this before, so I wanted to continue in it. Really good game. Now, this one is a little different than the PS3 and 360, PC ones. Of course, the graphics in this are cartoony. It's not realistic as the PS3 one, the new other one was. And controls a little bit differently. I heard that the Wii one, has a unique control, so I'll definitely have to try that one out. But it basically has, the same story, a little bit different. Of course, the graphics are downgraded. There's more loading times and stuff, and it does control a little bit differently. But it is a fantastic game. This is basically this one and the other version that was on the PS3 and stuff are basically the third Ghostbusters movie that we never got. You get to play as a rookie who joined as a fifth Ghostbuster, and you have the four Ghostbusters. You have Winston, you have Egon, you have Ray Stantz, and you have Venkman, and all the actors came back and voiced their characters. Janine's in the game; she voiced a character. That Walter Peck is in the game. That guy came back and voiced his character. So it's a really fun story. You get to go through. If you've never played the PS2 version, I suggest picking it up. It's different. Like I said, I beat the one on Xbox 360 several times, so, I wanted more, and so I figured, it'd be kind of fun to play through the PS2 one. Now, I've just beat the Cedric Hotel on this, and, it was definitely different than the than the 360 one, as far as like the environments and stuff were similar, but you know, you did a few little things differently, just controlled differently. But overall, it was really fun, and I definitely want to completely beat this game through just so I can, you know, see the differences from the PS3 version. But if you're a fan of Ghostbusters, if you've never played PS2 copy or the Wii one, you know, pick it up. It's still definitely worth getting. You know, it's a great companion game to the main one that was released on PS3, 360, and PC. Great games. Alright guys, so we'll do a real quick recap. You know, I talked about Mario Golf Toadstool Tour. Great follow-up to the Nintendo 64 golf game. You know, they added more characters, more modes, more courses and stuff, better graphics. Has a lot of features in it with, you know, since, you know, it's a simple golf game, but it does have a lot of features in it, which is great. Definitely recommend you guys try out Mario Golf Toadstool Tour. Luigi's Mansion's a classic game that was launched for the GameCube. You gotta pick up a copy of this. It's very fun. It is kind of expensive these days, so I do have to warn you. It can get kind of expensive, but they did release it recently on the Nintendo 3DS, so you can get the updated version. But I do suggest try out the original GameCube one. Fun game. It's basically like a Ghostbusters game, but with Luigi. You know, you're gonna save Mario in this haunted mansion by capturing all the ghosts. Very fun game. We played Mario Kart Double Dash. Such a fun game in the Mario Kart series, where they added 2 characters on one kart. You know, there's a lot of karts to unlock, courses to unlock. You know, there's a big variety in the items and stuff you can use. Very fun game. Highly recommend this one as well. And the last one we talked was Ghostbusters, a video game for the PlayStation 2. You know, it's a little different than the 360 one, you know, one on PC and stuff, but it's definitely a great companion game. The characters, you know, look cartoony, but it doesn't detract from the gameplay at all, and it's a very fun game that I would recommend you guys check out. So if you guys have played any of these 4 games, you know, let me know your opinion on them. How did you like them? Did you not like them? Were there things you thought they could do better with it? You know, I would love to hear from you guys. If you guys have any suggestions on games you think I should check out, please let me know, because you guys always recommend good games, and I'm always looking for suggestions on new games to check out that I might not have ever heard of or might not have ever got a chance to play yet. Alright guys, I want to thank you for watching. Take care, have an amazing day, and Sleepy will see you guys next time.